Namaskar. We are back with our reading from Sri Ramakrishna Kathamrita. Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jeevanam Kavibhiriditam Kalmashapaham Shravana Mangalam Srimadadatam Bhavigrunantiye Bhurida Janaha. We continue with the fourth chapter, Chaturtha Pariched of Sri Ramakrishna Kathamrita Pratham Bhag Pratham Khanda. In this fourth Pariched, the fourth chapter, we have seen how beautifully Sri Thakur is reprimanding Sri M for his false notions and step by step crushing down his ego. Very aptly, Sri M has started this chapter with the shlok from Guru Vandana. Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Salutations to that Guru who, with the coryllium stick of knowledge, has opened the eyes of one who is blinded by the disease of ignorance. Very aptly, Sri M has put this shlok at the beginning of this chapter. This is the stage when all that ignorance, all those wrong notions, all those false ideas M has been carrying, they are being washed off, they are being removed one by one. And even his egotistic tendency is being crushed step by step. Sri Thakur is very clever at it. He makes the disciple realize of his improvement from one level to another, second to third, third to fourth. He doesn't remove his ignorance all at one stroke, no. He doesn't crush his ego all at one go, no. Step by step, making him realize that yes, I was wrong and I need to improve. Sri Ramakrishna had asked 3 questions to M. 1. Are you married? Do you have children? And what sort of a person is your wife? Is she a knowledgeable person or is she ignorant? And with M's answers to each of these questions, Sri Ramakrishna had shown his dissatisfaction and kind of reprimanded Sri M. To the third question that he asked, well, tell me, how is your wife? And Sri M had answered, she is good, but she is ignorant. And Sri Thakur had ridiculed, and you are a man of knowledge. Sri M was yet to learn the meaning, the real meaning of the word knowledge. He was still to know that a person who has realized God is a person with knowledge, whereas a person who is far away from God, who has not even made an attempt to realize God, he is an ignorant person. Might be he is having number of degrees with him, but he is an ignorant person. And that is how the dialogue between the Guru and the Shishya is continuing. Now, Sri Ramakrishna asks further question. Sri Ramakrishna, আচ্ছা, তোমার সাকারে বিশ্বাস না নিরাকারে? মাস্টার অবাক হইয়া শুভগতাহা। সাকারে বিশ্বাস থাকিলে কি নিরাকারে বিশ্বাস হয়? ঈশ্বর নিরাকার এ বিশ্বাস থাকলে ঈশ্বর সাকার এ বিশ্বাস কি হইতে পারে? বিরুদ্ধ অবস্থা দুটাই কি সত্য হতে পারে? সাদা জিনিস দুধ কি আবার কালো হতে পারে? মাস্টার আজ্ঞা, নিরাকার আমার এইটি ভালো লাগে। শ্রী রামকৃষ্ণ তা বেশ, তা বেশ। একটাতে বিশ্বাস থাকলেই হলো নিরাকারে বিশ্বাস, তা ভালোই। তবে এ বুদ্ধি করো না যে এইটি কেবল সত্য আর সব মিথ্যা। এইটি যেন যে নিরাকারও সত্য আবার সাকারও সত্য। তোমার যেটি বিশ্বাস সেইটি ধরে থাকবো। মাস্টার দুইর সত্য এই কথা বারবার শুনিয়া অবাক হইয়া রহিলেন। এ কথা তো তাহার পুঁথিগত বিদ্যার মধ্যে নয়। তাহার অহংকার তৃতীয়বার চূর্ণ হইতে লাগল। কিন্তু এখানও সম্পূর্ণ নয়, তাই আবার একটু তর্ক করিতে অগ্রসর হইলেন। So this is the passage we read about today, that Sri Thakur asks a question to Sri M. তোমার সাকারে বিশ্বাস না নিরাকারে? You believe in God with form or God without form? And Sri M, a college-educated young man having studied logic, starts thinking. He's a bit confused that how is it possible that two extremely opposite things can exist at the same time? Faith in formless God, if there is faith in formless God, then where is the question of God with form being existing? Or if one believes in God with form, then where is the question of existence of a formless entity? There has to be either one. Two cannot exist at the same time. How can you say white milk along with black milk? If the milk is white, how can it be black? No, it has got to be one. So either it has to be with form or without form. Now this man is asking me faith in God with form, faith in God without form. But luckily, Sri M didn't ask this question to reply to Sri Ramakrishna in this manner. Rather, he replied, Agya, Nirakar. Humbly, he said, well, I believe in formless God. Amar eiti bhalo lage. I like that formless entity. And to which Thakur replied, Tabesh, yeah, very good. Thakur appreciated. একটাতে বিশ্বাস থাকলেই হলো। One must have faith in something, either with form or without form. One must have faith in one thing. নিরাকারে বিশ্বাস, tat bhaloi. And among that, faith in the formless God is very good. But তবে এ বুদ্ধি করো না. Don't have this attitude that this only is true and everything else is false. If you believe in one, don't ever have this attitude. Don't have this thinking that what I have, I like, what I believe, only that is true, and all other beliefs are false. Don't have this attitude. এইটি যেন যে নিরাকারও সত্য আবার সাকারও সত্য. Keep this firmly in your mind that while the formless entity is true, you believe in existence of formless entity. At the same time, God with form is also true. তোমার যেটি বিশ্বাস সেইটি ধরে থাকবো. Whatever you strongly feel, wherever your faith is, hold that strongly. But don't despise other faiths. Don't say the other faiths don't exist. And for Sri M, it was very difficult to accept this kind of illogical logic. That how can two extremely opposite things exist at the same time? It was not in the bookish knowledge of Sri M. এই কথা তাহার পন্থীগত বিদ্যার মধ্যে নয়. Whatever exists, it has to be either one. And that was why Sri M was surprised, wondering over Sri Ramakrishna's repeated saying that don't have this attitude, only you are right, only your opinion, your faith, your belief is right and others are all wrong. Hearing these words of Thakur, Sri M had started getting influenced, and there was further crushing of his ego. But his ideas, his impressions, his way of thinking had still not completely changed. His egoistic thinking, because of his formal education, was still present. And that's why he further asked something. He went to say something to Sri Ramakrishna about his ideas of this form, God with form and formless God. And that was the end of his debating attitude, in a sense that only I am right and you are wrong. So what that conversation is, we will see tomorrow. As of now, we will end our reading for the day here. Om Namah Shri Bhagavate Ramakrishnaaya.